All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is going to be an interesting video. Most of you are probably not going to like this video. So I don't know how I'm going to label the thumbnail. I don't know if it's going to say like a problem with Eternal Evolution or Eternal Evolution we got problems, whatever. You clicked on it because you saw that and thought, what the hell's going on? So how do I broach this subject? Let's go directly over to the spreadsheet. You're going to get blinded here for a second, all right? But bear with me. So how do I do this? Okay, here we go. So I track, this is my Eternal Evolution spreadsheet, and I track guild hunt scores, right? Through time for my guild. Just because I'm curious, just because I'm OCD, you know, like if you haven't ever seen my spreadsheet, it's got freaking tons of stuff on it. But it also allows me to kind of keep track of who has quit the game. Now, in just a few weeks, my guild or alliance, which is one of the best ones in the game, has lost a lot of members. As you see, 17 people. I added one down here because this was from a different Revolution guild that someone asked me. Actually, Trella Skills, go check out his channel. He's another fellow Revolution member. He asked me to throw him on here because look at the sizes of these accounts. Like Ross and Shady were some of the original leaders of this guild. Shady's the one who brought me into Revolution. Actually, he brought me into to Celestials back when we were still a Celestials guild. But 36, 36, 32, 28, 33, 42 million combat power. You get the point. For the most part, all of these people have effectively quit. They've quit altogether. They've uninstalled, or they're just playing the absolute minimum, or they're, needless to say, they've been doing they've quit or been doing enough activity to get them kicked out of our guild. So they've pretty much, just say they've all quit. Now, that's a problem because, and wow, I just stuttered. That's a lot of money. These are a lot of whales that have left the game very, very recently, and all in a bunch. So let's go back because I want to show you a different sheet. So when I was in Rev 2, I was also tracking. We can probably make this one a little bit lower. So as you see, on a week-to-week basis, or actually a hunt-to-hunt basis, you can see we lost a whole lot of people, but a lot of these people got moved to different guilds. So in this week, whenever this was, let's see, this was January 15th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people quit the game or left our cluster altogether. And then we see we went through one hunt, or this was basically each 2 of these columns is a week. So this week we had 2 people quit the game. After this week, we had 3 people quit the game. 3 people, 1 person. And then 2 people, actually 4 people in 1 week, and then another person down here. So usually it was a few people a week, but then, as we discussed, in 2 weeks' time, we lost a whole bunch of people and big accounts. Like, I'm talking big money. And that's not a good sign. You start losing the whales, games start to have issues. Now, I know that a lot of people are coming into this game on a daily basis, since it is fairly new. It's only been out globally since November. But the reasons why a lot of these people are leaving, the biggest reason specifically for my guild is this: guild versus guild. Now, I know the devs have said that it's in its final phase of testing, but this has been, they were putting out updates for this before the game even launched. You can go and look, and you can find some screenshots, some very, very early screenshots of guild v guild interfaces. So that's what, November, December, January, February, March, We're in April. You've had over half a year. Why can't you get this right? Why can't you release this? Guild vs. Guild is content that costs, and just like, I've played this in other gacha games, it's content that scales with the players, not the game, right? So as guilds compete to beat each other, they're constantly spending more, pushing more, and that becomes the end game content, because that's content that as soon as they launch it, the devs don't have to do anything. It will scale in power and complexity with the players as they grow. Now, a lot of people quit because Guildville's or GVG. I'm having troubles talking now. I've made too many videos today. GVG has been pushed back. That people are now hesitant that it's even going to come out at all. And for that reason, what are they here for? So if we look at Guild Hunt, my guild is completing 15, no problem. Not this guild you're seeing on the screen, my main guild. So Guild Hunt is in the books, right? It's beaten, it's done. And then, so that's done. And now people are just not hitting, or people are missing out on rewards because they don't hit. They don't need to hit. If we look at these game modes like this, Disa Caves, yes, this is cool, but everyone in my cluster beat this day one. This doesn't really add anything, right? Doesn't really give them something to build for, to strive for. None of this does. None of this does. This was all beaten day one. Ancient Altar is a joke at this point. Like, as you see, on this free-to-play account, I one-keyed everything, right? So that's a joke. They're not playing. They're not here for that. Summit Arena is stupid. It's broken because it's so RNG at the end. It's really not a good measure of someone's account. Like, look, we got Rev Karaz, 3 Revs in this one, but it's a coin flip. It's the RNG. I don't like it. I think that when you get up to the summit around for the top 16, it shouldn't be whoever has their teams placed properly when the buzzer goes off wins. It should allow us to mix and match to fight, because like this guy, he won the whole thing. In the group stage 2, when I was able to mix and match teams, I beat him. So it should work like that. Like, it should just be your best roster versus my best roster, and then it's a time thing, right? And he eventually took first in that round. We both went undefeated in that round, but he had better times because he's, as you see, he's maxed out on everything. So that's how they should rework Summit, because right now the top 16 is stupid the way that they have it developed. It's dumb that it's whoever at the last second adjusts their teams correctly. I don't like it. This isn't keeping players because the rewards are horrible. Like, these rewards, these rewards are not helping a pay to win player, right? And what else do we have? Soul Mine doesn't give rewards. It's just basically bragging rights. So that's Arena, that's that. This is conquered, right? People are conquering 15, but again, it's PvE. It's giving you leveling materials. They're just going to buy that stuff anyway. And then story mode, which is, again, just like Soul Mine. It doesn't give you anything, right, other than leveling materials. I guess what I'm trying to say is there is no endgame content currently for endgame players. The way that this game gave you materials to level your rosters or to spend on stuff, the whales reached that point very, very quickly in their spending, and now they got nothing to do, so they're bored, so they're going on to other games. So this video was just to highlight a problem that currently exists in this game, and if they left, it wouldn't be, in my opinion, it wouldn't be such a huge problem just that they quit, because they will be replaced by new players that are coming into the game that spend money, that will eventually reach that same point where they cap out. But the reason why it's an issue is because the way this game is developed, a guild can only recruit from within 10 10 servers. Like I'm on NA 28 on this this account, so I think this guild can only recruit from 20. Wait, whatever it is, 20 to 30, say, right? So if all of a sudden these servers are dead, that's gonna take a lot of fun out of it. Like right now we have the Easter event going on, right? So I'm competing with everyone on my server, but really now it's just becoming the top 5 names that I see all the time. Eventually this is gonna get, you know, the whales as they leave, they're not getting replaced by more whales on this server, because this server population is pretty much for the most part set. If it's not going to do anything but decrease, which is also going to make guilds, as I was trying to discuss, it's going to make guild recruiting more difficult, and it's going to make guild versus guild pretty much irrelevant once the time it finally launches, because what is the same 2 guilds in the same cluster of servers going to fight each other every time? Yeah, it's a problem. One, we got the problem is this game's not putting out challenging end game content, either for guilds or for individuals. The spenders have reached and destroyed all the content that the game currently has for a long time now with no real challenge. And 2, the way they have this system or this game built up into shards or split up into shards is stupid. It's a huge hindrance in this game that's only going to cause more issues going forward. So they got to change that. Either merge servers, or really they should get rid of... I understand why you would want... So if we do this, I understand why you would want new players to be on a new shard, right? I get that. I do get that. So that way they're not immediately thrown into the arenas with the Krakens on, say, my server, right? But I think that all the players, guilds, at least for guilds, guilds should be able to recruit from all of the North American servers, right? They got to figure out a way to do that. And they got to make it so that guilds that are in 1 to 20, I guess it's 20 servers. They got to make it so that guilds that are down here, like say I'm in this, my guild is in this cluster, right? 21 to 40. They have to make it so that these guilds can fight these guilds. And they can make the matchmaking, like you might say, oh, well, these are all new players. That's not fair. Well, they can make the matchmaking in such a way that, say, if there's a guild of whales and krakens on NA 70, we can fight them based on whatever matchmaking metric they develop. So this has got to change. Guilds has to change. Houston, we have a problem. The Krakens are leaving. At least down here on NA 20 to 40, we're losing spenders. And that's not a good thing for a free-to-play game to lose spenders. So I just thought I'd highlight that. Quick video. Take it, take it or leave it. You guys can tell me what you think. What are your thoughts? Is this a bad thing? Or is this a good thing? I don't think it's a good thing. Is this a bad thing? Is this much to do about nothing? Is this not a big deal? Am I just like creating FUD? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. For those of you who have never heard FUD. You tell me in the comments. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Peace. Bye-bye.